Hi, thank you for tuning into the Power Prophet. Um, Again, it's wonderful to be back. I've been gone for quite a while, but there's a calling, a summoning, a humming to just get back to reading life flows and energy for general audiences. Something that calls me back, something that's innate and deep. Um, I do life flow and energy readings, um, and I'm new to YouTube. I did not put any descriptions yet into my page, and yes, I have different decks of tarot cards and oracles, but I don't read the interpretations because I let the life energy, bring meaning to the cards. Sometimes there's one story, sometimes there's two, sometimes there's three that may be to three individual people or maybe to one person. It might be three separate stories or a story that strings together. I just let it flow the way it is supposed to flow. And I don't worry about time. So if time is an issue to you, there are tons of people that I've looked at online who do 15-minute, 10-minute readings. But if you're looking for the gift of flow and ebb and nature and soil and enrichment, then this is where you should be. These are things my tribe have in common. Deep, rich soil, toes in the earth, hugging on trees, trying to understand what it means to be human in a society that tests you every day. And seeking advice and guidance and how to go about what it is that you go about doing. I live in a city, so there is the chance you will hear city sounds. But in all honesty, everything is connected, so those sounds, those waves are a part of me and a part of your reading. They help inform and inflate, not in a suspicious manner, but in a holistic manner, the readings that I provide. But anyway, I could go on and on and on and on. Let's get to it. I meditated, I communed, I prayed, I shuffled, and I asked for some preliminary understandings that I could jot down. See, I got my pen, my paper. Stop. Something needs your attention. And whoever I'm saying stop to knows what's going on. And you have to do something. The head in the sand trick does not work. All it does is get sand up your nose and your mouth and your ears and all over your hair, and it's a bitch to get out. And I'm not exactly sure what it is you're supposed to stop. Is it ignoring, or is it being frustrated and stuck, or is it some other type of thing? But I believe this is an immediate emergency-esque type situation. And I think that whomever I'm speaking to, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes we have to make moves in lives. It's the ebb and flow of life. It's change. Sometimes it feels like it's the worst thing that could happen to you, being homeless, for instance. But that is not. The worst thing that could happen is nothing. Is absolutely nothing. So whatever I see a veil. There's a veil between you and a situation. More like a velvet curtain where you're just scared to pull it back and peek because you're afraid of what you'll find. I think this is something that is fearful. And I can understand why there may be hesitancy. But all of that has to stop. And it's time to take action. Do you understand? I hope you understand me. The next set of preliminary messages my ancestors and energy fairies gave to me was look around at the world, gather info, be mindful. The best is yet to come. I think that's in general. I think that is just a general optimistic message in the midst of a pandemic and whatever else is happening around the world. But to gaze at the reality of global affairs and to ascertain things that are occurring in such a way that you can not only be mindful of where you're at and what your thinking is, but that you can connect that on a planetary scale. Now that's some shit right there. Be mindful. Mindful, we think, always means, oh, I'm aware. Fill your mind. Yes. Look around at the world, gather info. Fill your mind. There's more yet to come. I don't know what that is in conjunction with that message, and I'm not even going to try to figure out, but that's the way it's supposed to be told. Look around at the world, gather info, fill your mind. The best is yet. Something else is coming. Maybe you're in a situation where you have to be more inclusive in your thinking. And if you can derive meaning and empathy of other people's positionalities in this reality and realities that we all inhabit, if you can come to terms with that and fill your mind with the idea of worlds within worlds, upon worlds, below worlds, above worlds, worlds. If you can do that, then that's going to allow something to come to you. That's going to open up a channel that is going to bring something positive to you. So maybe you have biases. Maybe you got some issues. We all do. But you Yeah, you know exactly that I'm talking to you. Look around at the world, fill your mind with understanding and empathy. On a planetary level, that means macro. Think larger than yourself. Something's coming. I think you might be stuck in a worldview or paradigm that is keeping your mind closed. And it's time to knock that head up against the wall, crack it open, pour out the old, and bring in some new. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because you've been sitting around self righteous. You've been sitting around thinking that you know what is right, what's up, what's going on. When in reality, you don't. Because it's all centered on you. So you have no breath of awareness of life other than what is happening to you and what you might observe, which is, I think, a very small bit of the world. Anyway, get that mind open. Be more inclusive. If you can do that, then I think there are some good things that are coming your way if you can get that going. Take step back to assess. Take step back to assess, and bike spoke, wheel, heel, brakes. Those are like cards in and of themselves. Take a step back to assess. Excuse me, I just burped. Sorry. This done. Take a step back and assess. So this done, take a step back and assess. So clearly, there's something that has come to completion. And you are like, or someone, or some things are like the support structure of whatever that thing is you're assessing. I'm thinking this means just to breathe. Put on the brakes. Put on the brakes and relax yourself, because bike spokes are jammed in and they're rigid. And they can carry a lot of weight sometimes. And weight can become burdensome. So I think this is about taking a breath. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Taking a breath. This done. Something is complete. Relax yourself. You've been stressed and stretched. And you need to relax yourself. Because if not, you're going to falter. You're going to roll down a hill. And you're not going to have any brakes. You're going to fall. So, you know what the situation, person, place, thing is that I'm talking about. That's done. And when it says step back puts a physical space between you and whatever that is. So there's air, time apart, space, something where there is no physical contact. An evaluation can be over your performance, or it could be over the thing, situation, person, place, I don't know. But you need to reflect on this. Only you know what it is. I don't. All I know is that the physical manifestations for you have been just burdensome stress. And you've been really trying hard to stay strong and keep it together and keep up. But it's burdensome stress. And you got to put the brakes on it, because there are a whole bunch of health effects that come from stress, oxidative stress, and how it impacts the body. So these are the preliminary messages. There may be 3 sets of diverse messages. Only you know that I'm talking to you. Nobody else. I don't know if the energy flow is going to be in line with these messages. It may or may not. I'm not acting like it is. This is just a preliminary insight for maybe 3 people, or maybe the same person. But it has no connection with what happens next, other than the flow and connective energy. It's going to inform it, but it may not expand upon it, the next level. Okay? So let me put my paper over here and get my pen out of the way. I'm going to start with Mystical Shaman Oracle, just to get a sense and provide a guide for where we're going. And maybe how to think of it, how to frame it. Or maybe they're messages of deep insight. Sometimes I will read the interpretation from the booklet, but in life flow energy readings, it's not about what somebody else's interpretation is. It's about the moment. In that moment, that particular person's interpretation may not fit. It may tell you what the card is about, but it may not really be aligned with you because the energy is broken. To pull in another voice, a foreign voice. This is a private space. Let me shuffle a little more. I already did. I'm not some grandiose shuffler. I just plod along. Try to do the best I can. I ask Mother Gaia, Mother Ma'at, my ancestors, my mother in particular, my energy fairies, the universe. Bless this. Thank you. 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 Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have the castle. We have the rainbow. And we have magic. Okay. 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 The universe is talking about filling your mind, being mindful, taking a step back, looking at the world. I mean, we have the circle, which is the planet, the different colored hands, the connectivity, the energy of life, because it's recycled and it's energized and it's dynamic. And then you got the rainbow right next to that, sort of taking all that energy and flying with it across the universe, as a rainbow does in the sky. But clearly, this inclusivity and filling the mind full of others' understandings is movement. To a space of reflection. An understanding of the power that you hold. And the innocence of the spirit inside of you. Now, we may be all corrupt on the inside, but our spirit, I guess it can be corrupted too. I don't know, but the spirit is the life force, the energy. It's the thing that brought us into this world, and it's the thing that takes us out, back into outer space, back into wherever space, back into no space. Maybe not even back, could be front. I'm digressing. But this mindfulness of diversity and worldviews is going to do something phenomenal for you. And that is, it's going to help you realize that you are indeed a powerful person with the ability to create your own reality. I think that perhaps there has been some confinement you have been facing, whether, like I said, it could be some worldview or way of thinking or paradigm of thought that has you caught up. But the life force, the life flow, wants to move you. It wants you to grow. Now, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have all the answers. I just have the messages that the energy of life flow provides me. So here we have this innocence of power, of transformation, of change, of creating, of cultivating. Look, the sun with this connectivity. And there's a circle here, a circle here, a circle here. There's 3 circles here. There's something about to come full circle. Now that was one level of the reading. You're moving to the power. But there's something that's about to come full circle. Whether it's karma, serendipity, coincidence, manufactured, there'll be a full circle moment, I say, within 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months. And you're going to have deja vu about it too, because you're going to remember that I said this. You're going to have a full circle moment in, I'm going to say 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months. And that full circle moment is the catalyst where you begin to transform yourself into the best person that you can be, and most accepting, unconditional person that you can be. That's what this is about. Full circle transformation. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. I'm going to go with Manzel's. I love Manzel's. He's an artist. I got them on Etsy. What I just read was the Mystical Shaman Oracle. These are our guides. Full circle and transformation. Power. Power and determination. Thank you. 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 And again, I shuffle these like crazy prior to coming on and during the meditation. So right now, I'm just thanking my ancestors, the energy fairies, Mother Maat, my Gaia, and Mother Gaia for giving me the message already. I'm just thanking them and just warming up the cards, right? Warming them up. Yes. Yes. I love Manzel. His cards are beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And as I said in the beginning, I do not follow the interpretations of any book. I will not allow another's interpretation to interfere with the flow of life occurring at this moment, at this time. Thank you. Get up and get going. You've been sitting around too much. And somebody's going to get tired of you. It's not coming from the cards. It's coming from, I'm talking about you. And you've been thinking about it. You've been thinking about it. Yeah, you've been thinking about that you might be wearing out your welcome. But it doesn't have to be that way. Do a 190. Just turn around. Become a different person. We all have the power of our thoughts. We can control what we think about. We can control what we do and how we do it. The only thing is the motivation, the energy, and the time it takes to get it done. But anything is possible. Anything is possible in life. Yeah, that message was for you. Yeah, well, you got a decision to make. I'm not going to help you make it now. But I'm talking to you. All right, so Manzel. And my army of intuition, universal wisdom, and gut. As I look and breathe over these cards, I see consternation. I see confusion. I sense disorganization. I sense lack of purpose. I sense no boundaries. I sense low self-esteem. I sense crying. I sense lashing out. Thank you. Thank you. The Queen is confused. Queen of Swords is upside down. It's a powerful card. A sword will stick it to you.